here's the thing. If you didn't tell me the guy was on monkey tilt, and you just told me the guy, I mean, this is why sort of live poker is kind of interesting. The guy was kind of nitty, and you had gotten to this river and he moved all in, I would 380 effective.
Yeah. So middle position limps.
Okay.
I'm in the cutoff with the ace of spades and the eight of spades. And against the limp, I actually make it 15.
Okay, so you raise over one person to 15 with the ace eight of spades.
Correct.
Okay.
The button, the big blind, and the middle position all call.
Button, big blind, and MP calls. So looks like it's four ways, $60 maybe.
Yeah, I think I put 45 in the thing, but yeah, it's 60. Sometimes I forget my money's in there.
Okay.
The flop is the ace of clubs, the jack of clubs, and the ace of diamonds.
Okay, so you flop trips. Ace of clubs, jack of clubs, ace of diamonds. Is that right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay,
so I flop trips.
Weak trips, front door flush draw.
Yeah.
And it's one of these things where it's, I mean, your hand is better than, say, having like ace three. But I will point something out here where, you know, say you had raised with ace three of spades instead of ace eight of spades. If people are in these games are playing like 40, 50% VPIP, you're going to see a lot of reflection of all ace X called, even the offsuit ones. So you have to, I mean, it's kind of hard, you know, when you're very shallow, obviously, to get away from it. But, you know, if you're deeper, it's something to think about when you're at these small stakes games. If you have a small suited ace and there's a couple aces out there, that it's not just that they're going to have suited aces. They might have all the aces.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So ace of clubs, jack of clubs, ace of diamonds. I assume it gets checked to you?
It does get checked to me.
Okay.
And I bet half pot. It says 25, but I bet half pot, so it would have been 30.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the button raises 30, so he just min clicks it back.
Okay.
This guy who has never raised in his life, and the big blind in the MP fold.
So the big blind and MP fold. It's kind of funny that you say he never raises in his life like he's some sort of nit. Now, I'm gonna throw something out at you, super extreme. If the guy never, I mean, ace eight is a little bit of a off one because he could be raising with just a weaker ace, I guess, thinking that he just has the nuts. But like, if you had like ace three here and you got raised against the biggest fucking nit in the world on ace jack ace, couldn't you just fold?
I definitely considered it even with ace eight.
Yeah. I mean,
but the guy was also on massive monkey tilt.
Well,
he had
then that's
gotten
different.
aces cracked twice in 40 minutes, and
Okay,
he was so some stuff may have been going on.
Here's the thing. So that's actually much more pertinent information. I remember an old sort of cash plays interview that I did with Barry Greenstein, and I would say it's probably still relevant. Is that, you know, you can go into a game and look at the lineup and it doesn't look good, but if there are people that are tilters and the right people are losing, it can be a very, very good game. So if somebody's on tilt and they are just playing sloppy because of it, then also too, you know, what I would do here is I would just sort of play it as a bluff catcher. Then, you know, there's no way I'm folding against a guy who's on tilt. Just let him airball his ball a stack off. But that's much, much different than sort of the old man coffee. I'll call him the Red Rock type in Las Vegas during the day. So you bet 30, button raised to 60. Everyone folds, and I assume you call?
Correct.
All right, so hero calls. And you've put in 120 on the flop, so it's probably like 180. And you put in six, yeah, so you got like maybe over three, you know, maybe 315 left, something like that, like two pot size bets left. Or or under two pot size left. Okay, ace jack ace, you have ace eight of spades. Okay, what's the turn?
3 of hearts.
Okay.
Too bad I didn't play ace 3, right? So
yeah.
So hero, the button bets a stack.
So you check, right?
He
Hero
didn't
checks.
count. Yes, I checked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The button just kind of grabs a portion of one of his 100 stacks and sticks it out there.
He bets 100?
I don't know how much that actually is. He did not bet 100. He bet a portion of 100. My guess is 70. Well, I grabbed a stack and matched it up, and it happened to be exactly that. So I don't 100% know how much I called in the turn. probably $70.
Let me just give you some
Feel
advice.
really stupid about that.
Yeah, why not just ask how much the bet is instead of just,
I almost always would. I have no idea what happened here.
huh?
Squirrel ran by or something. I don't know.
So
But
he bet 70 into about 70 into 180. I'm just doing some math again. After that, the pot's 320, and you guys have probably 240 left. So here's the thing: like, you have enough to not move all in. So going with your whole thing, especially if the guy's on monkey tilt, then you're just gonna play this as a check call, no matter what comes. I'm just gonna do it no matter what comes, even if it's a club. I mean, if you want to tell me like it's a club and he jams, and even when the guy's on tilt, the guy never jams with anything, ever, maybe. But so hero checks and button bet 70 and hero calls, right? Hero calls. So now the
right.
pot is 320. Okay. All right. What's the river?
So the river is the seven of clubs.
Oh, okay. So the river's the 7 of clubs. Okay.
Yeah, fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I mentioned in the email, the way the dealer is dealing and the angle at which we're sitting, I can see the seven of clubs before my opponent can.
Okay.
The button moves all in out of turn before the seven of clubs hits the board.
So you're saying that he didn't
Don't
see.
know what to.
So you're saying
He
that
did not see the seven of clubs.
So you're saying that he moved all in before the 7 of clubs came.
Correct. It wasn't like as soon as I called, he moved all in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
He just moved all in like as the card was coming off the deck, but it was there. He can't see it yet. It has to get to a certain point in its trajectory before he can actually see the card.
Right. I understand what you're saying. Whereas
Yeah.
somebody actually might move all in anyways. Like if you were in a situation where out of turn, because this guy's in position, right? If you're in a club
Correct.
where out of turn action is binding, he could move all in out of turn, right, in position, and it's going to stay. And then he doesn't know if the 7 of clubs is going to come out. So that even though he didn't do that, that's what you're saying, that he's moved in before the 7 of clubs has basically come, right?
Correct.
I mean, it changes things in the sense that he might have he was going to go all in anyways, right? And he was on the come. I mean, here's the thing. If you didn't tell me the guy was on monkey tilt and you just told me the guy, I mean, this is why sort of live poker is kind of interesting. The guy was kind of nitty and you had gotten to this river and he moved all in, I would fold. Sure. But I mean, you're telling me that he's on monkey tilt. I can't make that. I mean, it looks like if he bet 70 and he raised you, yeah, like, I mean, it looks like, the bet is probably like 225 into 320, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, if he moved in without seeing the card and he's on monkey tilt, I'm gonna call. If you didn't tell me that, then I would fold. That's my answer.
I mean, verbally he was on monkey tilt, but it didn't seem like he was necessarily playing his cards worse. He had made a crying call on the river with a set of aces on a four straight and lost to 2-3 offsuit where the 3 is the straight. Ouch. But other than that, he hadn't really done too much of that, and he hadn't raised like anyone in a hand. That was just so weird.
Again, this is just, I don't, if you don't think it's affecting him that much and he doesn't put a lot of money, if you gave me no history, I would tell you this is a very sort of easy fold, I would say, for the most part. So if I'm telling you I have no history on paper, this is a relatively easy fold, then there has to be something egregiously in the other direction, like a guy just bombing off his stacks for me to call here. So it's really like I have called here in this situation against somebody that's on monkey tilt. On paper, it would be a fold for me.
That makes sense, and that's kind of where I was going with it because monkey tilt or mild tilt or whatever, he's still red as a old man coffee on my readout here.
So what did you do?
I did end up folding. I took a few seconds just to kind of see if I had missed anything elsewise in the hand, but
did he show the hand?
I folded. He showed the 10 of hearts.
Interesting. The 10 of hearts. I mean, that
Could he have thought that ace 10 was just the absolute nuts and was just going for it? I mean,
He
what if
could.
I accidentally just get beat by a bluff or something? That's
Well,
stupid.
I don't think it's a bluff. I don't think
I
he's
mean,
bluffing,
not a
but
bluff, but
not with ace
like
10. But
right. It's like a
I would tend to think he probably had ace 10, right?
yeah. I mean,
If he's playing all the
most
offsuit
likely.
aces, there's still three combos of it, you know. But if he actually saw the river card, it would be a strange bet. Like I would expect if someone had ace 10 off here, given this action where they raise the preflop raiser, bet the turn, and a preflop raiser check calls, and the river's the third front door club, that he would probably check back with ace 10. Most likely he would check back with ace 10, but if you're saying he's just basically, moving it in anyways, I wouldn't feel too bad about the fold, but I appreciate the call.